once more to flee their homeland has, thankfully, become a thing of the past with the December 8th revolution. Our Syrian brothers and sisters opened the doors to a new period as of December the 8th. I believe that the people of Syria who fought against a bloodthirsty regime will also be able to carry the victory they achieved at great cost to its rightful place, God willing. We'll support with all our means the vision of a one and unified Syria with no forms of terrorism, especially ISIS, being present. A free Syria where security is established is what we want. As stability takes root in Syria, the winners for sure will be all the neighboring countries, our entire region, along with Syrians. And the brotherly countries in the Gulf. I would like to thank them for their contributions for Syria to recuperate. All the regional and international actors who share the same principles with us, God willing, we will continue with our cooperation with all those actors in the same manner. Esteemed friends, we hope that the nuclear issue with our neighbor Iran will be resolved through diplomacy as soon as possible. It should not be forgotten that our region cannot tolerate yet another crisis. Meanwhile, the stability, security, and prosperity of our neighbor Iraq are extremely important for the well-being of our region. In this regard, we attach great importance to strategic moves based on stability and prosperity, such as the Development Path Project. In the north, we are hosting with great enthusiasm the Istanbul process between Russia and Ukraine, both of which are our neighbors. Through direct talks, we facilitated the exchange of several prisoners and corpses, and we worked to identify the modalities of peace negotiations between the parties. Don't forget, there is no winner of war and no losers of a just peace. So with this motto in mind, in the coming days also, we will continue to work hard for a peaceful ceasefire. Meanwhile, we have encouraged the parties from the very beginning to establish peace between Azerbaijan and Armenia. We are pleased that steps were taken on August the 8th, steps that will enable the establishment of lasting peace between the two countries. I would like to once again congratulate the President of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, the Prime Minister of Armenia, Nikol Pashinyan, and the American President Donald Trump, who contributed to this process, and I would like to congratulate them. On this occasion, I would also like to state that the normalization process between our country and Armenia is progressing as planned. Within the scope of the Ankara process, which is another of our mediation activities, we continue our efforts to resolve the conflict between Somalia and Ethiopia. I hope that the parties will successfully conclude this genuine initiative as soon as possible. Distinguished delegation members, we have been implementing the Montreux Convention, which guarantees security in the Black Sea. And we have been implementing this convention impartially and to the letter for exactly 89 years now. We want to see the Aegean Sea and the Eastern Mediterranean as a basin of stability and prosperity where the legitimate interests of all parties involved are respected. We are ready for constructive cooperation on all issues, particularly on energy and the environment, and we expect the same approach from our neighbors. On this occasion, I would like to particularly underline that projects which exclude Türkiye and the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus in the Eastern Mediterranean, such projects which exclude us will not be successful. Turkey has rights and authority in the western part of the island of Cyprus, while the Turkish Cypriots have legitimate rights in the areas surrounding the island. An Eastern Mediterranean Conference, which we have proposed before, would contribute to finding common ground. Resolving the Cyprus issue has been tried many times before, but due to the rigid stance of the Greek Cypriot side, no resolution has been found. We cannot possibly have this as a foundation for a resolution of the issue. There are two separate states and two separate peoples on the island of Cyprus. Turkish Cypriots are equal owners of the island, and they will not accept being a minority. The international community must put an end to the unfair and inhumane isolation that the Turkish Cypriots have been subjected to for half a century now. I reiterate the call I made at the last 3 UN General Assemblies. Let me repeat. I call on the international community to recognize the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus and to establish diplomatic, political, and economic relations with it. Esteemed President, distinguished members, in the coming period, we desire a new beginning and vision in Turkey-European Union relations. This should not be a vision that just saves the day, but rather a vision that redefines the horizon and shapes our shared future. For this, it is of course important that the European Union is as willing and determined as we are. As a net security provider, we continue to contribute to the operations and missions of the United Nations, NATO, OSCE, and the European Union. The annual NATO summit next year will be held in Turkey, in Ankara. The USA, who is our NATO ally, our relations with them are continuing on trade, investments, energy, defense industry, in addition to other many areas, and we're strengthening our relations with them. Meanwhile, we attach great importance to the peace, stability, and prosperity of our brotherly countries in Central Asia, which is our ancestral homeland. Our Organization of Turkic States is moving forward with confidence on the path to becoming a global actor, going beyond being merely a regional umbrella. We are making intensive efforts to ensure the continuation of peace and stability in the Balkans, where we have strong historical, cultural, and people ties. The Balkan Peace Platform, which we established in July, is the newest and most concrete manifestation of our efforts in this direction. And this October, we'll once again assume the command of KFOR forces. In Afghanistan, our fundamental desire is that the current administration demonstrates an approach that embraces the society and that takes human values into consideration. In this process, it is essential that the international community does not leave Afghan people alone, and as Turkey and as the Turkish nation will stand by the Afghan people at all times. Esteemed friends, in South Asia, we consider the preservation of peace and stability to be of utmost importance. We are pleased with the ceasefire achieved following the tensions last April between Pakistan and India, the tension which had escalated into a conflict. It is important to see a cooperation between the two countries when it comes to counterterrorism. The issue of Kashmir should be resolved on the basis of resolutions of the UN for the best for our brothers and sisters in Kashmir through dialogue, we hope. in the continent of Africa, from education to health.